morning. Good morning. Hey, Joanna. How you doing? Good morning. All right. So, we're going to talk about another trend. Now, just so you know, evidently this trend has been quite popular for at least the last 2 years, maybe 3. The Master Vine. Good morning. Pam, good morning. Good morning. Charms have been a popular item for at least the last 2 years, maybe longer. And you know how trends, they have a tendency to come and go. Well, this one has stayed. One moment. Sorry about that. Well, this one has stayed. And from the write-ups I've seen, it's not going anywhere. So, let's talk about charms. I'm going to bring up my screen. So, I did a little Google search and on bag charm trends. Why am I not here? I like being here. Oh, there I am. So bag charm trends. And there are several write-ups. Forbes had a write-up. Now, again, some of these publications I'm not familiar with, but Forbes had a write-up. Who, What, Where in Fashion. Clark's. Oh, Charlie Keith. Mollify Media. Pinterest. Of course, Pinterest has everything. But yeah, look at this. Charms have been around for a while. Oops, that was not where I wanted to go. Let me bring this one back up. Do 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 do. There, nope, that isn't it either. So sorry. You know how I fumble with this almost every week. So anyways, here it is. This is a screenshot of charms, the way charms are being used, and not just not just cute little dangly things, little purse jewelry. Look at this. Full-size stuffed animals as charms. Oh, let me catch up here. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, Barb. Frank, good afternoon. Is that Jesse? Jesse! Good morning. Good morning, everybody. But anyways, going back to this, charms are not just some sort of little dangly piece of jewelry for your bag. It's everything. Everything. Look at all of this. Lots of different things. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. A friend of mine, Debbie in Texas, said, you got to go look at this little Cajun House YouTube channel. Now this woman, she calls herself the Cajun Mama. She does more than just charms. She makes bags. She shows cooking. She does a whole lot of different things. It's her life on YouTube. But look at charms. Look at all these charms. So yes, she does several. She sells several bags of charms. Good morning. Amy's here. Who else do we have? Did I miss somebody? Gail, good morning. Good morning. So yeah, this, and I put her YouTube channel here if you want to go look for it. The Little Cajun House 5312. But look, charms everywhere, just charms. Now, where do you find your charms? Well, Etsy has quite a selection. Look at this one. Single charms, jewelry charms, stuffy charms, lots and lots of charms. I need a good design. I saw a post for this one a few weeks back, and I got excited about it because these are all embroidered, which is what we do. So I went and looked at all these charms. They have collections. You can buy charms in collections from them, or you could buy individual charms, or this is what we're going to talk about today. Oh, wait, one more thing. So, where do you find jewelry for your charms? Well, you don't have to spend a lot. You can go to Michael's, any of the craft stores that have jewelry findings. My favorite place to look is at the thrift store. Have any of you been to your local Salvation Army, and in their little glass display cases they have these jars full of costume jewelry? You have no clue what you're getting in there, but jars of costume jewelry. There's a lot of stuff in those things. And last but not least, you could always raid Grandma's jewelry box or your own. Maybe you've got a collection of costume jewelry you want to bring out of the box and show off to the public. So that's what we're going to do today. We're talking about charms. I've showed you that Anita Good Design has hundreds of embroidered charms. Today, we're going to make our own. Now, yes, this is just a simple smiley face. Smiley face. He's always been around. He's been a good guy since the 70s. Was it the 70s or was it before the 70s? Anyways, that's when I remember him, the 70s. So what I did was I just took a simple graphic, and I made my circle. And it's much like that was a cat zipping past. So it's much like making a patch, only you're making a charm. Now you can make a single-sided charm or a double-sided charm. In this case, we're going to talk about a single-sided charm, but we might want to cover the back. So basically what we've done here is we have tied all of those stitches. We have first made a placement stitch. Now you'll want to use the shaker charms. No, I have not. Has anybody seen the shaker charms? I'd like to see some of that. And Barb, Fire Mountain Gems has all kinds of jewelry making items, good quality and reasonable prices. It's an order. It's an online e-commerce. Gonna have to pop up a link up there, Barb. We're gonna want to see this. Okay, so yes, jewelry findings. But let's go back to our making our own charm. So, first thing we're going to want to do, just like with a patch, you put a charm on a shaker badge holder. All right, we're going to deviate for a moment. We are going to go do a Google search. Maybe 2. Sorry, I'm a little old, so shaker. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. Look at those. Those are so fun. Those are so fun. We can do that. We can do that. Good morning, Danny. Little shakers. Okay. What an idea. You can put little glitter bits. You can put little miniatures. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Okay. Enough with the shakers. Lots of funs though. Yes, they are. Okay. So, we're going to make our charm. And this could be a shaker charm. It certainly can. Okay, so we made our placement stitch. This is going to be, just like with a patch, it's going to tell us where to place our fabric. Now, it doesn't have to be fabric. You can do vinyl, you can do felt, you can do scrim. It does not have to be woven fabric. Whatever you want to make your charm out of. So we put our placement stitch there. And then, of course, we're going to tack it down. I do not want to unhide all. I just want to unhide here, unhide. So we're going to tack it down. And while we're here, we're going to make the where we're going to put our punch hole. We want to know where that's going to be. And this punch hole, just so you know, is almost 7 millimeters across, which is about a 1/4 inch. Just over a 1/4 inch. You want to make the hole big enough to where you can put your connecting device, your hook, your jump ring, whatever you're using to connect your charm to the next bit so that it can be secured to the bag. And then, of course, we need to do our design. In this case, we have 2 eyes and a smile, right? Now, we do not have to finish this with a satin stitch. We can make World has many. Barb, you've got so much knowledge. Make World has many 3D print charms to choose from. And that came as about because Doug had mentioned 3D printing charms. And yeah, I can see that happening. So yeah, going back to this, you do not have to put a satin border. You can if that is relevant to your charm that you're making, but you don't have to. You can use a simple, in this case, a triple stitch, and then you cut around the edge, and don't forget to punch out your hole. Okay, now remember we said something about making a 2-sided charm? What if we don't want all our stitching on the back side to show? Well, before you make this last stitch, whether it's a running stitch, of course you can do a satin, you're going to place another layer underneath in the hoop. You're not going to take your hoop off. You're not going to try to secure your hoop, secure the fabric to the hoop. You're just going to put it under, and that first stitch it's going to catch, and then it will continue to stitch around, And now you have your 2 layers. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So yeah, easy peasy, right? But what if you don't have digitizing software? Not everybody does. But who wants to be left out of this great trend? Nobody. So, let's see. Gonna go back to the internet here. Nita, good designs, charmed. She. We all know that Anita Good Design was, the business was named after his mother, Anita. Let's see if we can find a search. I know they have charm blanks. Double charms, digital download. I know they have charm blanks because I have one. Build your own charms. Free charms. There's a whole section of free charms. Oh. Okay, I confess. I bought this digital version, which came with a collection of charms. And in that collection came charm blanks. Let me see if I can Carly, my cat here, she thinks that my mouse pointer is just for her entertainment. Okay, so this is an Anita Good Design charm blank. Barb says many options. A patch, then before, and a final border. Slip that piece of fabric, then punch a hole and put the eyelet, small grommet on it. You got it, Barb. That's exactly right. So, this is a blank from Anita Good Design, and it came in 2 sizes. This one measures approximately, let me put imperial measurement up there. Sorry, Frank, we're going to the U.S. Almost 2.5 inches. This one is 2 inches. And for Frank's benefit, 51 millimeters and 62.4. Personally, I like working in millimeters. So with this blank, and there were many shapes. There were triangles, there were diamonds and squares. So if you don't have digitizing software yourself, you can download these blanks and put in your own design. In this case, unhide all, our smiley face. Now, of course, you don't have to use a smiley face because remember the smiley face required digitizing. Let's see if we can find, come on, Carly, I can't see through you. Let's see if we can find a design file. There you go. That I'm going to, what you can't see here, in here, I'll just bring it down. You can watch. I'm going into my folders. I have dozens of pieces here. Beach, free designs, girly girl, Halloween. Let's see what we got in hearts. Oh, nothing that I can see there. I haven't cleaned this out in a while. It's really generous of Kitty Cat to let you use her mouse in the office. I know. Isn't that the truth? Have you tried to look through the body of a cat to get to your to view your nodes when you're digitizing? Yeah, not easy. Oh, let's see what we got here. A chain. Oh, for crying out loud. I lost a bunch of files years ago. And I'm thinking a lot of my files here are gone. Yep. Yep. I'm sorry I don't have a sample here. I mean, I could find one, but we may be here all day looking for it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you know the charm size, right? You know that this is a 2-inch charm. If you have small, digitized, ready to machine file, if you have small machine files, you can lay that file on top and you have created your own charm. Let's see. There are a couple of Etsy shops that have in the hoop key tag blanks in different shapes, and you can use those to make your charms. Yes, there are two types of key fobs, key tags. Let me go in here, and this is just going to be real quick, okay? They have, you know, your basic shape, whatever that shape is, square, round, die cut, width, and merge those two, with a fold over, and that fold over gets case snapped, and you put your jump ring in here. Or again, just like the other one, you'll find whatever that shape is, and it will have, that's not what I wanted to do, and it will have a punch hole, and there's your charm. Again, charms are not hard. It just takes some imagination. You can digitize your own charms, or you can go and find blank, patch blanks, keep it fob blanks. All you need to do is punch that hole or find a way to secure. Barb was right. You can take the patch, you stitch it out, you punch a hole, put a grommet. The grommet is designed to support the punched area. But charms, and like I said, they've been around for years now. I'm a little slow, and I can't, I'm in the Midwest. I did, years ago, when I was doing classes on business and business marketing, one of the things that we learned is that fashion, trends, everything starts on the coast, whether it's the West Coast, that would be your East Coast, or the East Coast, your West Coast, and then filters into the middle. So it's quite likely that Doug and Barb have seen these charms, and anybody that's been on the outside of the country and working in, and Frank's way over on the other side of the ocean. It's quite possible he saw charms well before the rest of us. So charms. I don't want you to not take advantage of this. It looks like it's really fun. Hold on. It looks like it's really fun. There's a lot of things you can do. Our Cajun Mama has some great explanations and some great ideas. I think we would have a lot of fun doing charms. Any questions? Any thoughts? Tomorrow's Easter. Yeah. For the kiddos, they're going to go hunt some eggs. That's the tradition, hunting eggs. Maybe they'll color their eggs tonight, or they'll decorate them. In my day, we used to just dip them in a vinegar dye solution. But nowadays, there's all kinds of different ways that they decorate their eggs. And they're not even using real eggs. They can use the little plastic eggs. And then for us older adults who are a little bit more knowledgeable, we remembered the reason for the date. Say your prayers. Be good people. Next week the 11th. Oh, no. Yeah, next week the 11th. Gosh. We'll have to think of something for next week, right? Amen. Exactly, Erin. Amen. Okay, well, that's all I've got for you today. I'm going to hang out for a minute because, there's a slight delay. You're getting this a little bit after me saying it. Oh. Can you talk about lighting in your next talk? My YouTube videos need help, and it's a small room, and I'm wondering, would make the quality of videos. I can do that. I have some lighting. In fact, I was thinking about putting some lighting here. Many of you know I'm trying to teach myself Teams so that I can start up some digitizing classes, and I think I might need a little lighting. So yeah, we can do that. All right, we have our subject for next week. We're going to talk about lighting. No, it doesn't have anything to do with embroidery. It all has to do with you and your online presence. So let's do it. All right. Do not be afraid. Okay, I confess. It took me 3 years to do this. All right. I'm a little slow. I really got to research it. I really got to feel good about it. So yeah, it took me 3 years. But you can do videos without putting your face out there. There's many people who do instructional videos without putting themselves in picture. But then eventually you could do that. And never worry about typos. Never worry about typos. We've all learned how to read past the typos. No problem. You all have, Frank, you too. You all have a great weekend. I'm going to go now. Say goodbye. We'll see you next week. Looking for my video. There it is. Bye now. Fun? Do you have more questions? Do you want to learn something new? Join me at quicktostitch.com for coffee and conversation, and we'll talk about it. Embroidery machines, designs, and business. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.